Tonight's topic is a solar eclipse and how it affects the paranormal realm. Good evening, Savages, and welcome back to another episode of Savagely Paranormal. Tonight, we are here talking about the eclipse and how it affects the paranormal realm. What we have seen so far, and all of the crazy big eclipse energy, and how we've noticed it has affected some of our clients recently, including some of our more animal friends and our hospital first responder friends from other areas of the world.
Yeah.
It's been crazy for them. It's been crazy for us. It's been a rough ride this month.
Starting with the full moon, it has
It's like Murphy's Law. What can go wrong has gone wrong the last month.
And don't ever ask what else can go wrong.
Yeah, no, don't do that. That's bad. That's bad news.
Yeah.
We don't do that. So, like, starting with your own pet. Yeah, he got sick.
Yeah.
Mystery illness.
Cat got sick. Mystery illness. One of the dogs has been constantly staring at the wall.
Yeah.
He tracks something across the wall, and then he'll stare at it, and then he tracks it down the wall, then back around to this wall, and it's nonstop.
Yeah, and he growls in the closet. He
Stares up the stairs.
Barks at everything. Growls at anything that makes a sound and or moves. It's been a crazy month.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Even at the job, you know.
Yeah. Well, and you work like at the vet clinic, so I'm sure it's been crazy with the influx of
we always have
stuff.
Things happen. We have noises. We've seen apparitions. You name it, it's happened there.
Right. But now they're digging up the cemetery across the street, so I'm sure that doesn't help any matters. At all. Like, whew, Lord.
And not only just, the spirit world, even people are acting goofy.
Yeah.
Animals in general are acting goofy.
Yeah.
It's just total chaos right now with both living and not living.
Yeah. So we have, I don't know if you guys know this, but we have a Discord.
Yes.
And one of our Discord members, one of our good friends, she goes by Baba Yaga on our Discord channel. She is from the Netherlands, and she works in a very haunted veteran hospital.
Everywhere she works has been haunted.
Right. But this one was actually like a hospital during one of the world wars. It has a lot of history, and the activity in the last few months has amped up so
some of the pictures
much.
she sent us, there was some pretty creepy things in them, a couple of the pictures.
Yeah there's been a lot of activity for her there. A lot. Way more than has been in any of the other hospitals that she's worked at.
Yeah,
and I'm
especially
not sure,
with that one door.
Right. And I'm not sure if it's, because it's a new place or because it's so haunted, or it's a mix of astrological, solar happenings, and or things are finding out that she's more sensitive than she leads on to believe.
I think that plays a big part of it, but is that all of it? No.
But things have definitely amped up a lot for her in the last 6 months at her new job. There's a lot of things that have happened, especially with the door opening and shutting and
constantly shaking like something's trying to get in.
The noises, the voices, the footsteps. She's terrified some nights.
Yeah, and then she had stuff follow her home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could not do it.
No.
I'm glad I'm not a first responder or a hospital worker. This time of year alone, with the veil thinning and then plus it being the full moon. And now there's a solar eclipse on top of that. Like we know a lot of people that work in the field, be it first responders or hospital workers that have had a lot of crazy happenings recently.
You got the full moon. You got the total solar eclipse.
Yeah.
You've got the magnetic shift of the sun. You've got the solar flares. You've got the devil's comet. You've got all of that. And the energy is just so chaotic right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And the veil is thinning. It is thinner than it has been for a very long time. So that amplifies things even worse.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are, experiencing more things than they have in the past. Is it because of the EMF fields going haywire because of all the solar flares? Maybe.
Possibly.
Because, that does play a big role. It factors into a lot of paranormal experience. It causes the psychosis and
you can have hallucinations,
feelings of being watched. It can cause a lot of different psychosis type experiences.
Right.
It does cause paranormal like occurrences. Does that play a part in it? Possibly.
Yeah.
Is that the whole reason people are experiencing more activity recently? Probably not.
Probably not, because if you think about it and you do any sort of research,
Right.
whatever you perceive as the other side,
Yeah.
the most common theory seems to be the different planes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on this plane. And then for right now, we're just going to go with 2, just to make it easy. So we're on this plane. The spirit world is on this plane. Okay, normally there's some sort of a gap in there. But over time, it seems like, now whether it's this kind of a gap or this kind of a gap, whatever, but over time, they seem to be getting closer and closer and closer and closer. So is this event going to be like the last straw energy wise that brings the two like almost flush together to where this is going to be like the new normal?
It's possible.
Or is it simply because of all of this going on that they're closer now and will shift back to normal?
No, I think it's possible that because the poles are shifting, because everything is shifting energetically, that things are getting closer together and that eventually, maybe, things will even back out. But there is that chance that this is the new normal. And people who were not spiritually awakened before are about to get slapped in the face with new abilities or be slapped in the face with abilities that they didn't have before. They say they were normal, didn't have any kind of abilities before. There's a good chance that they could awaken and have some kind of psychic, mediumship, whatever kind of abilities. It's entirely likely. Yeah. It's possible.
There's this whole talk in like, whatever you want to call it, the psychic community or the spiritual awakening community, that this whole celestial event coming up is like the final step in the Great Awakening.
Yeah. That has been going around for a long time, that this is going to be that step.
The final boom.
And everybody that was meant to have abilities is about to awaken, and it's coming for you.
Yeah.
You're about to have them full force. We're about to get our
Whether you
butts
want them or
kicked.
not, here you go.
Right. We're about to get our butts kicked, and yeah, it's going to be a fun ride from here on out.
Yeah.
Even people that have had abilities before, they're about to awaken a whole new set of abilities. Things for everybody is about to go wonky, haywire, chaotic for the next couple months.
Yeah.
It is going to be insane if what that community is saying comes true.
And then there's the other side of the spectrum, because, I mean, it's not really religion, but that is one belief system. The other belief system is that
it's the end of days.
Yeah.
It's the rapture.
You have the full
whatever.
moon coinciding with the solar eclipse, with the
Comet.
fact that the moon is closer to the earth in this solar eclipse than it has been. Went from 70 whatever last time to 60 something this time. Then you've got the whole devil comet, the solar flares, the polar shifts, all of that this is the rapture, the end of times.
Yeah. So it's either way, it's about to be a weird ride.
Right.
Whether it is the end of days or a whole new spiritual awakening.
Yes.
Tying in with what you're saying, Paige commented, "It's crazy how people are renting out yards to see the solar eclipse."
Right.
Yeah.
Where we live is right smack in the center of the path of totality, and most businesses in this area are either closed for the whole day, or mine in particular is closed for the half a day so that everybody can get home safely.
Yeah.
There is one city that is about 15 minutes from us who has sent out a bulletin to their citizens to stockpile food for a week's worth of groceries and necessities.
Yeah.
And be prepared to stay in your house for up to a full week. And they're warning of people of mass chaos.
Yeah. Unlike our school is closed the day of our school system where we live is closed. And like all of the school systems around us actually are closed.
Yeah, I think pretty much the whole state's closed.
For the day of the eclipse. Like my kid's scout troop is actually doing a fundraiser the day of the eclipse for parking cars because the church that we meet at is allowing us to raise money.
Yeah, I've heard
donations for car parking.
I don't know if people in this neighborhood are doing it, but I have heard of people around here renting out their yards for cars, campers, the whole 9 yards. They're telling people to stay off of the roads unless you absolutely have to be on them.
Yeah.
Not only because of the traffic, they're telling people that there's going to be like this mass crime wave and everything because of the amount of people.
Yeah.
But when the solar eclipse actually happens, when you go from totality to the sun coming back, you are going to have this period of blindness.
Yeah.
Because it's going to shock your eyes. And there's a whole technical term for it. Sorry, I don't remember it at this point.
Correct.
But they're saying if people are actually driving their cars when this is going on, you may crash because you have no sense of anything. And they're telling people with pets, if you have pets, keep them inside, keep the curtains closed, keep the doors and windows locked, because not only is it going to shock them, it's going to confuse them. They're saying that even like chickens in the area are going to be completely off schedule because they're going to think it's night and then it's day. They've also noticed some of the other wildlife is already starting to act strange around here.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Would explain some of the like the skunk activity that we've seen here for the last like 2 weeks. Like April's neighborhood, we've seen their neighborhood skunk has been out during the day, which is weird.
Yeah.
But we've seen him a lot more like at night, but like earlier
Every day
in the evening. It's weird. Like normally you don't see them till like way later in the evening. So it's been kind of it's been a little sketchy, a little bit weird.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many even just deer running across the road, which is normal out here.
Right.
But it's like at really weird times. They're like in the day. Usually you catch them at dusk or at dawn
Yeah.
as they're running across the street. No, these have been smack in the middle of the afternoon going, oh crap.
Right. It's weird how not only the full moon, but like this eclipse coming up has like thrown everything off kilter. Mm-hmm. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been weird. It's been a weird like week so far.
Yeah.
For everybody, it's just been weird. It's been very weird this week.
Everything's weird. Everybody's
mood has been weird
Yeah.
for the last few weeks. Everybody's
There's just
attitude.
weird vibes all the way around everywhere.
Yeah. It's starting to affect like everybody in like weird different ways, and it's been weird.
It has, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah. Like, even I've been having, like, weird dreams about, like, falling, which is weird for me. And I'm like, I feel like I'm falling. And then, like, I wake up because I felt like I have fallen a few times. I'm like, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
Even for me, that's weird. Like,
I don't know.
I mean, I have weird dreams all the time. But, like, the fact that I felt like I was falling and then I hit the ground. And then I felt like I hit the ground. That's a little weird for me.
I used to analyze
That's a new one for
dreams.
me.
I used to have all the books and I would analyze them and be able to tell you what the heck they meant. But I was always told if you hit the bottom in your dream, you die. Apparently that's not true.
I didn't die, but, like,
But did you?
maybe. I don't know. But
Are we really here or are we not?
I don't know. Do you feel that? I don't know. Like, clearly, I don't know. I think I'm still alive.
I don't know.
I don't know. But, like, it's been a
Anyways.
weird, very weird week. But, like, we set out all of our
Oh yeah, I
our
forgot.
crystals and our jemmies and all of our jewelry and
We
stuff.
made moon water. We charged all of the
Stuff we're selling at Hotel Conneaut,
all the
which should be a fun time.
crystals. Yes.
It should be a fun time. That should be an interesting trip.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how the eclipse energy affects the hotel.
Yeah, because it's going to be like 1 week after well, no, not even a full week. That's going to be 5 days after the eclipse.
Yeah. And last time we were there, it was a little chaotic and crazy because we were there like right before Halloween.
Yeah.
This time we're there right after the big
Yeah.
eclipse, right after full moon.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what comes to play with us while we're there. Last
I mean,
time we almost got a kid.
no, we're not even going to go there.
No, we're
Anyways,
not gonna go there. Yeah.
I mean, am I the only one that kind of wants to go find somewhere to investigate the night of the eclipse? Because I think it would be fun.
No, that would be fun. I'm down. Let's do it.
Because you know crap's going to get crazy.
Yes. It'd be
They
fun.
say, again, whoever they are, but whoever they are, there's all these articles that they've researched over the years and whatnot. They have said that the solar eclipses are known to bring out more, I hate this word, demonic activity
Yeah.
than on an average day.
Right.
Also, more of the elemental-ish type things, like the malevolent ones, like imps and such.
But we've seen that.
Right.
though, recently.
It has
with
been
our
more.
own cases. We
Yeah.
have seen that. And especially in the last few weeks
Yeah,
with some of our past cases.
we've
And
come up quite a few of those lately.
yeah. Our last case that we were at in Asheville, we came up with a
Both.
Yeah, both. And
Yeah.
you know, an elemental and a demonic, and it's been an interesting ride with that, and
It has.
things keep happening and things keep getting stronger and stronger. So my guess is
I would think there's probably, it's somewhat legit.
I don't know.
I don't know, but there's been more even just around here talking to people,
Yeah.
there has been an increase in like shadow people seen.
Yeah. More portal activity.
Yeah, a more,
Just downright malicious entity type stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it, again, it's kind of a, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Is it because of the full moon, the solar flares, the polar shift, the other, or the solar eclipse, the comet, all of that? Or is it because the veil's thinning and we can see these things more? Or is it because of the spiritual awakening and it's getting more prevalent? Or is it because it's the end of days and it's going to be good versus evil? Is it just because for no reason?
Right. Like that. See, that's what we don't know. And
We will never know
right. We just
until we do, and then
at that point it's too late. But like, but we don't know, and like there's no definitive hard answer for that.
Right.
We don't know what is causing all of the influx in activity until things go back to normal, if there is a normal.
will they?
Will they go back to normal? We don't know. Is this the new normal? We don't know. I guess we'll find out in the next year or two if this is our new normal.
Right, because they're saying that this solar eclipse and all the energy that's going on right now with it, the full moon and all the other stuff I just said, this one is supposed to have so much power
Yeah.
that it can kind of throw life as we know it completely out of whack.
Yeah. It's going to throw everything on a tailspin.
This is supposed to be like one of the most powerful astrological events in history.
Yeah. It's probably going to be crazy for a while.
Yeah.
I'm curious though. Like, but you know, we heard when the eclipse happens, there's supposed to be the shadow snakes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that is one phenomenon that happens during the eclipse. And because they say demonic activity is at an all-time high around the eclipse, solar eclipse, let's be correct here.
Right.
So my question is, okay, there is this phenomenon known as the shadow snakes, because people see them and it looks like a shadow,
And
but it
moves like a
acts and
snake.
moves like a snake. So my question is this really just a phenomenon because the light and dark playing tricks on your eyes like they say it is? Or, playing devil's advocate, because it is an all-time high for demonic activity, is this really a demonic, malicious force,
Some kind
entity,
of
whatever you want to
entity.
call it, that is showing itself in potentially its true form, or just what it wants you to see to scare you, or whatever?
Doesn't have to necessarily be a demonic entity. It can be
Right.
any kind of entity. It can
Right.
be an elemental entity. It could
Right.
be anything, but
But since they threw that word out there,
is it an entity? Or is it just
really a phenomenon.
a phenomenon? I'm curious.
I want to poke it.
I'm down for the poking of it, but like I want to poke it with a stick first and make sure like my arm's not going to get chopped off first.
You poke it with a stick, I'm poking it.
Poke it with a stick first and make sure it doesn't like
Nope.
cut my
No.
hand off first.
I'll poke it with my left hand because I need my right hand more. So I'll poke it with my left hand.
No, we make a kid poke it
Okay.
because they're young. They can learn how to use the other hand. I'm old. I can't do that. I'm screwed if I cut my right hand off. I'm screwed. I'm never going to learn how to write with
That's
my
why I
left
said
hand.
I'll poke it with the left hand because I use my right hand to write.
Right, but like
I can function.
they're little.
just
they would learn. They're
Type slower
littler.
at work, but I can function with one hand.
If it eats them though, we could just make more.
I can't.
I can.
Okay.
I got you.
You can make more.
I'll make more and give you one. It's okay. I'll make more and we can share.
Okay.
Okay.
That's doable.
Fair deal. Okay. But like, I want to poke it, but like, I also don't want my hand eaten off. Like, if I poke it, is it gonna like sandworm?
Open up like
Yeah, that's my concern. So if I poke it with a stick and it sandworms, will I have enough time to run?
You don't run.
Maybe.
Who are you kidding?
I don't. But if it sandworms,
Do
I
I have
might.
enough time to run and trip and fall on my face? Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay, but like if it sandworms, I might run. Maybe.
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 No.
Probably not. I'd probably
White
just
flag.
stand there and be like, ooh, look at all the teeth before it eats
The
me. But like,
Demogorgon coming at you.
I might just be like, ooh, there's so many teeth.
Right.
And then it eats me. But like, if I poke it with a stick, at least I know it's not going to chop any bits off before I poke it. And then if it doesn't chop a bit off, then I'll poke it
True.
with my hand to
So
see what happens, because I'm curious. I want to.
the other theory floating around with the solar eclipse is because of all these things. I'm not going to list them all again. The energies are so crazy that there is the potential for the A words.
Ugh, yeah. Ew, I hope not. I don't want to deal with the aliens. Let's not do that. Say we did. Ew. Ugh.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't. No. No. No.
No, but supposedly...
I don't want any extra visitors. Listen, we have children and they're enough like the A words that I don't need to deal with that.
I'm still not totally convinced one of mine isn't.
Right?
But
Right. The middle one is kind of sketchy, and I'm not totally convinced that he is not either a changeling and or an A word. I'm just saying.
I'm not totally convinced either.
He's a little weird. I'm not totally convinced that he's not an alien. I'm just saying.
But my brain doesn't comprehend what the solar eclipse and everything else has to do with the A words.
Because it kind
How?
of opens like a time rift and it allows them to come in through easier.
All right, I get that because the whole magnetic field thing and everything. Okay, I can
So it's
see
like
that.
almost like it opens like a time slip. So it kind of like, it's like Star Trek.
Okay.
It like opens up like, you know, like the time
The beam me up
portal.
type
Like,
thing.
yeah,
Okay.
like the black hole time warpy things.
Finish
I
up. There's a
think
question when you're done with
like it like opens up like the time warpy speed of soundy.
I get that. I just was trying to wrap my brain around how something else traveling through space has anything to do with that, but I get it because
So-
they're coming from however many light years away.
Galaxies. A
They can
galaxy
just-
far, far away.
yeah.
Yeah. So like it because it's a magnetic shift, it like opens up a time slippy portal
Yeah, I get it.
thing, black hole, I don't know what those, I don't know.
I don't know, but it's a beam me up, Scotty. Boom, they're here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Okay.
Okay.
What was the question?
Paige asks, how did you get so much experience to not be afraid of ghosts?
Oh.
I've
I have
been dealing with ghosts since I was a kid, and they don't scare me at all. Give me a spider, I'm gonna run. Ghost, I don't care.
I have been seeing the spirit world since I was probably like 2 or 3. It's kind of a family affair. Like everybody.
They intrigue me. I want to know the whys, the wheres, the hows.
Right.
So I think I've only actually been scared twice.
Yeah.
Everything else, I just want to know who, what, where, how, when, and why.
I have been dealing with the dead since I was a kid. There's a lot of like mediumship that runs in our family. There's a lot of
Yeah.
psychic ability that runs in my family where Like, that's just a...
I don't
it's
have
just
any
a
of
thing.
that. I just lived in haunted houses all my life.
It's just a thing. It runs in our family, and so, like, growing up in that, you just kind of, like, learn to live with it, and
Yeah.
it's just a thing, and so you're taught to be more scared of the living than the dead.
Right?
Yeah, my aunt always used to say that you should never fear the dead because, like, they can't really hurt you, but the living can.
They can, but the chances of them hurting you are far, far, far slimmer than a living person.
An everyday run-of-the-mill
Right.
spirit is not going to hurt you, though, which is where she was coming from.
Yeah.
So, like, your everyday run-of-the-mill
Yeah.
haunting isn't going to hurt you,
But a living
but
person.
you
yeah.
should fear the living more than you fear the dead, and that is where my aunt was coming
Yeah.
from. So that is the philosophy that I live by. I don't really fear the dead, I fear the living. So, which
So,
sounds dumb.
I want to know, Paige, what makes you fear them?
Right. So, like, I don't know, I've had over 30 years experience with the dead, so
I'm not going to say how many years I've had. We're just going to move on.
but I mean, we have a lot of experience in this field.
Yeah.
Between the two of us. I'm old. I'm old, but I'm not that old.
Do you want to hit the
I'm
floor?
old, but I'm not that old. I feel like
Implying I am. Thank you.
no, I'm old, but I'm not that old. But, like, I feel like I'm old. My body says I'm old.
My body says I'm old. My brain says I'm not.
My body is like an ancient temple, crumbling and probably haunted, falling apart.
when I was given this body, they picked it out of the recycle bin.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah. 3 knee surgeries. Yeah, I feel it. I snap, crackle, pop.
Yep.
Like Rice Krispies. It's fun. You wake up, am I dead?
Nope.
No. Okay, but why does it feel that way? It feels like I'm dead. It's ancient and crumbling at this point. We're good.
Yeah.
I'm still alive. We're still dealing with the dead. It is what it is. I don't know.
I don't know. I love it. I absolutely love it. If I could do this full time 24 hours a day,
You're right. I'd rather deal with the dead than the living.
most definitely.
The dead are so much easier to get along with.
Yeah, they are.
There's so much less drama. There's so much less work. They're
Yeah.
so much easier to help,
Yeah.
which sounds weird. They are, I don't know, they're just easier to deal with. They're like,
They are.
what do you need? How can I help you move on?
Right.
And they're usually short, sweet, and to the point. And
But,
it's
well,
not,
Not
depending.
always. Sometimes there are those few that's all they want.
It's the
They
attention.
just want somebody to help them move on.
Right. And then you have the others that are drama queens and they want the attention and
Right.
they want to drag things on forever and ever and ever.
Right. And then you have the ones who when they died, they were buttheads and they continue to be buttheads.
Yeah. I mean, just because people were put on the persona that they were good people in life does not mean that they were good people.
No.
And sometimes you just have to accept that they were crappy people, and when they die, they're even crappier in the afterlife.
Right.
And sometimes you just have to move on and
Right.
let them rot in the spirit
Yeah.
world. It sounds awful, but it is what it is.
Paige answered you. Said, I'm not really afraid of ghosts, but if I see a demon, I'm out. I'll be like, see ya.
I get that.
You
I
can
do.
deal with that.
I get that. We've come up against quite a few.
Yeah. Yeah. More than we would like to.
One in particular managed to get me to stop, but that was only because it threatened my child.
Yeah.
Other than that, I have absolutely zero problem going up against a demon.
Yeah.
My catchphrase, as they say, is bring it.
Yeah, that has gotten us not so much you.
Now they usually, when I say that, they usually go after her.
Yeah.
I tell them, come on, bring it, and they go after her. But well,
it is what it is, though. Like it's a hazard. Of
so
the
from
job.
now on, you're gonna say bring it.
And see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if they still go after you, then I can go back to saying it.
At this point, it is what it is. When she says bring it, I just kind of like
locked and loaded.
I know it's coming at that point.
Yeah.
If she's yelling bring it or come on, is that the best you can do? I know it's about to get real, and stuff's about to hit the fan, and something's about to come after me, especially with the last case that we did.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that show, you should definitely go watch that one, because some crazy stuff happened there. But
yeah,
that's a topic for another day.
What do you think is causing the eclipse to make all the people and animals weird? I mean, is it some kind of gravitational thing?
Well, it's multiple things. It's anytime there is any
astronomical
event, it alters
astrological thing. It alters the way the magnetic field and
something
stuff.
Something as simple as Mercury in retrograde can cause havoc. Then the full moon itself causes havoc. Then you've got the solar eclipse at the time with all these solar storms. Then you've got the fact that the moon is closer to us than normal during this eclipse. So we've got all this. Oh, don't forget the shifts, the polar shifts of the sun. So you've got all this energy and EMF and just cosmic yuck.
Yeah.
For lack of a better way to say it. Just coming right at us, which is just sending the whole energy and vibration of the earth and everything on the earth into utter and complete chaos.
It's pretty much like a cosmic Murphy's Law.
Take a magnet with a mason jar full of little metal shavings and just go like this. And that's kind of what we are right now.
It's like a magnetic tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a magnetic Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Pretty much what can cause havoc will cause havoc right now.
Yes.
Because that is what it does. I don't know. I don't have an exact answer for that, but it's like the full moon and working in the hospital. What can go wrong will go wrong. And if, God forbid, you say the Q word in the hospital.
No.
It is going to go haywire.
Yeah.
Because that is kind of
the energy from a full moon alone is enough to make everything crazy. We at the animal hospital, we keep track of the full moons because we know 3 days before and 3 days after it's going to be utter chaos.
Yeah.
So when you add the fact that we just had the full moon, now we have all of this, it's just total chaos for about 2 weeks. And I don't, because of everything I've read and heard, I don't foresee this calming down after the 2 week period.
Well, if your theory is true that they feed off of energy and this is supposed to create all that energy, they should be recharged for a whole big long time, no?
Oh, yeah.
It's entirely possible, yes.
Yeah.
Because not only that, then you have all the panic of everybody on Earth because of, like I said before, the city that has issued this state or countywide alert.
Yes.
So not only are they feeding on the energy of everything going on in the cosmos, they are now feeding off of the fear and panic of people. And then as things continue to happen, there's going to be more fear, more panic, more chaos.
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't foresee this ending anytime soon. Plus with the whole veil thinning, It's getting to the point where it's almost going to be as thin as it has been in
A long time.
a long time.
It's like Halloween thin.
Yeah.
Almost. And that's
and the spiritual
That's
awakening
sketchy.
going on.
Halloween
I don't
thin is
foresee life going back to normal.
Yeah, we're gonna have
It's going to be a
definitely-
new normal, I think.
I foresee there definitely being an uptick in paranormal activity
Yeah.
for the next few months, if not for the next few years.
Yeah.
I don't foresee things going back to normal.
No.
I really don't.
So is there anything else advice-wise you want to give people to prepare for, both before, during, and after the eclipse?
Ground and protect.
Ground, protect, center, and charge up your gemstones.
Yeah. Learn how to ground yourself. Go walk barefoot in your yard. There's
Yeah.
lots of other things that go with it, but research. Go ground yourself. Learn how to protect yourself. Learn how to ask for protection
Yeah.
from the archangels, the universe, whatever your spiritual, religious beliefs are.
Yeah, I would suggest looking into meditation and maybe yoga or Tai Chi to help.
Balance your chakras
Right.
so that they're not as out of whack as some other people.
Right. So learn how to balance yourself, learn how to balance your energies, learn some like Tai Chi or yoga because it will help negate some of the emotional turmoil that you're going through.
And try to...
And with the emotional turmoil, that will help dissipate some of the
Negative energy that's trying to-
and or paranormal activity
Yeah.
that you've experienced.
Try to... Okay, this is going to be hard to explain, but try to white light the negative energy away from you.
Yeah. So pretty much you're gonna picture it's gonna start, you're gonna imagine in your mind a little tiny bubble of white light and you're gonna grow it. Like you're blowing a bubble with bubble gum. And you're gonna
Or
grow
the old little straw with the little putty stuff on the end where you
Yeah.
blow the bubble.
And you're just gonna keep growing it bigger and 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 bigger until it envelopes you. And then if you feel so inclined, you can make an envelope even bigger and bigger and bigger to envelope your house or whatever.
And then just, it helps to push the negativity away.
Yeah. There's lots of YouTube videos and tutorials and stuff, but definitely make sure you're like cleansing your energy during this time.
And
That
a
will
really
help.
easy way to do that is take a shower.
Yeah.
Stand under the
Imagine-
water and you just envision the water is washing it all right off of you into the drain.
Yep. It's washing all of the gunk off.
So we have a general question that's regarding the eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
Paige is very active tonight.
I don't know who Paige is, but thank you.
And Paige said a few weeks ago she saw a skinwalker. And asked, what would you do if you saw one?
No, you didn't. You're going to pretend that you did not see it.
You do not want to acknowledge that in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So no, you didn't.
So if you think you've seen it, think you heard it, no, you didn't.
But I am curious as to what general vicinity you are in.
Yeah. So like normally, like when you're on like reservations.
Yeah, because those are generally
native.
only in like certain areas. But if
But they travel.
with that
doesn't
being
matter.
said, we have had some weird things show up in some weird spots lately.
Right.
Because we just had some hellhounds show up somewhere where we wouldn't normally think that they would show up.
Right.
So,
Normally, like if you're like in Appalachia or on a reservation, if you think you've seen it, no, you didn't. If you think you heard it, no, you didn't. If you just do not make any kind of contact with it,
yeah.
you pretty much just pretend you didn't even see it. Don't acknowledge it in any way, shape, or form.
And
Because
that's
if
when
it thinks you seen it and or you acknowledge it, it is going to hunt you down. Whatever you do for the love of all that is whatever you believe in, do not run, because that will activate its prey drive and it will hunt you down.
Isn't that kind of like a bear? You're not supposed to run.
Yeah.
But I know you just talked about it because you said it to us, but that is one thing that you do not ever want to actually say their name. It's, it's one of those things. Some people say don't because it's an invitation.
Don't.
Some people say do. I like to play safe. I'm not going to say their name. Call them an SW. Call them a whatever.
Flash pedestrian.
Kind of like the fairy word. People say don't say that, so we call them the Fs. My phone thought I said Siri. But, I mean, in all reality, I can't really give any specific advice because I don't know where you're at. So if you are in one of the locations that it would be somewhat normal to come across one of those, I would just pretend you didn't, go on with life. And if you happen to see one again, turn your head. Nope, didn't see that. Keep walking.
Yeah, just
if you saw one in an area that it's not normal for them, let us know.
I'm curious.
We'll check it out.
Maybe.
If we can get there.
Maybe.
I'll go.
Flash pedestrian, then.
I'll go.
I mean, I would. You're right. Because I'm curious.
Right?
But, like, I mean, if you're... I'm assuming that you're not from Appalachia because the fact that you acknowledged it's...
Right.
Because
you weren't taught to not.
There are very specific rules for growing up in
If you saw it, no you didn't. If you heard it, no you didn't.
Don't stare into the trees. Don't whistle in the dark. Don't sing at night. Don't stare into the trees.
Right.
Don't run. There's a lot of rules for growing up in Appalachia and or the foothills of Appalachia. There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of things. There's a girl on TikTok you should find. She has rules about growing up in Appalachia.
I don't need to because you know what? I ain't going. Unless I I do. I want to go find Dogman.
Pennsylvania. That's the foothills of Appalachia, and Conneaut close enough to Pennsylvania.
True.
Just saying.
But I do want to find Dogman because I want to squish his little cheeks.
Just don't whistle in the woods.
I don't whistle. I can't stand that noise. We're good. If somebody whistles, I'm going to punch them. I hate that. That's worse than nails on a chalkboard.
We don't sing or whistle in the woods. Not in the woods at night. That's the only rule.
And don't turn the radio on in the car.
So as we wrap up, what does the team have coming up for April, May, and June of this year?
In April, we have
Hotel Conneaut.
That'll be fun.
The Paranormal and Psychic Fair.
If y'all are local, and if you're not, you should
Even if you're not local, if you can get to Pennsylvania, come see us.
Yes. It was so much fun. We had so much fun when we were there in September, and we were told that we had to come back. Like, we were the talk of the entire convention last year. It was so much fun. Our ghost hunt last year was a blast.
We had double the amount of people.
Yeah. Everybody wanted us. It was great. It was so much fun.
So yeah, if you can get to Pennsylvania the weekend of April 12th, 13th, and 14th, come see us. We have...
we'll be in the basement, in the corner.
The basement. It's kind of actually called the first floor because it's ground level, but they also call it the basement. But whatever, we'll be there.
We're with all the psychic readers and stuff, which is cool.
We have all kinds of cool stuff we're bringing with us.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're gonna, if we can get... well, maybe not, but if we can get connected to Wi-Fi or I can get everything uploaded onto my laptop, we'll have some evidence to share, some EVPs.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
As far as after that. We are still working on an idea that we had about a junior ghost hunt for the littles that want to do something.
Yeah, we have some minis, some savage minis that want to do a fun ghost hunt.
And then we're trying
Some of our
to
kiddos. So it'll be
trying to
fun.
get in contact with a couple local places around here to let
do
us
like a
have
charity.
have a charity event. But unfortunately, around here things have gotten pretty strict, so
Yeah.
we're having a hard time finding somewhere that's going to let us in after dark because nobody wants the liabilities anymore. So
So if you know location and or you own a
Yes.
haunted location
if you would be willing to let us do a charity event there.
and partner with us, let us know. That'd be awesome. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
We'll see you later, savages. Have a good night.